Or maybe he got tired of being a tightwad and fell into the credit trap, wasting what little ownership he had on down payments. Finally, financially free. This person has both ownership and choices. He is not a slave to debt payments, but has accumulated real assets of value and income streams over time that provides him security and choices. Okay? So you got tightwad, who has ownership of everything, but he says no to everything. He says no to his dreams. You know, why he was put on this earth, what his purpose is in life, his destiny. You know, I talked to a couple people, you know, earlier this evening, and they seemed like they were trying to figure out how they would fit in these categories: tightwad, status, broke, financially free. And the one thing that I noticed was back when I was not knowing about this stuff, and I was trying to figure it out with, you know, selling cosmetics and magazines and stuff like that. I really didn't know about money in terms of buying power and ownership. It was all about having for the moment. And we got to stop doing that, ladies and gentlemen. We have to remember there's a time and place to party and have a good time, but day in and day out is not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. What you're spending your money on, if it's not bringing you nothing but a return of falling off all the time and not living the life you want, then it's not worth doing or spending your money on. So a tightwad probably says, you know, I don't have much to show for all my discipline, but I'm not broke. And they're okay with that. And they're not okay with that, but they don't know that they don't have to be okay with just that. That's not the ending of the story. It's more to it. But you have to come out of the mediocre thinking and the excusesitis. Please get rid of that. Excuse me. I talked about excusesitis on one of my first sets of shows in season 3. I think I left it up there. If you can find it, let me know. I'm live in the chat room right now, basically. Boy, is it quiet tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's really quiet tonight. All right. So, status, you know what I'm saying? Really, a status person is simply this. A status person has that new Acura. They leasing about, $300 to $400 a month for a lease. The interest rate is between 17% to about 45%. So if you're consistent, you can pay it off. Because I just got a call. One of my relatives just paid off their truck, you know, straight cash. So it's possible. But you have to apply it. You know, with me as an entrepreneur, I don't just tell people what to do and then expect them to just go do it. You know, let's really sit down and talk about this. Because like I told these people that I was talking to, everybody's situation is different. It's like trying to explain a haircut over the phone and you've never cut no hair before. You're going to be pretty confused. And this really helped me get out of $17,000 debt. So this is very serious to me. This is no game. So when we talking about credit scores or we talking about lease and mortgage payments and different things like that, we need to be more serious about how this is affecting our life as a whole, and just not because we're accumulating a whole bunch of things, because that's not what having money or being rich or wealthy is all about. It's not an accumulation of material things. It's actually for a purpose. It actually has a certain type of importance. And a car and a house, you can't take it to the grave with you. But what did you leave behind when you left here? That's who I'm talking to today. That's who I'm addressing today. And you got to drop them old habits. You got to really be sober and pay attention to what's going on around you. Because you've been getting screwed out of your money. I was really getting screwed out of my money because I refused to pay something that I was using. How would you feel if somebody used up your stuff and didn't compensate you for it? And I see it in the streets all the time. Oh, we had a bet on this game. I need my money. People done got killed over it or had a bad falling out over something that was simple. Give people their money. And then that builds trust. And you will want to do some more business with them again. But people can't know and trust you if you dishonest with yourself. So in the status quadrant, really, all you about is materialistic stuff. And you an asset to someone else. You really a freeloader. You want to get in every car. You want to sleep in every bed. You want to kick it in everybody's house. But you ain't got nothing to offer nobody. You begging. For every little thing. From a bar of soap to a towel. You begging for it. Begging for stuff for what you need. And blowing your money on stuff that don't matter. If you can't afford the car payment, along with the maintenance, the brakes, and all the rest of that, keeping the tires and stuff rotated, and you ain't got that extra income coming in to support that, I don't think it's a good idea to have a car. I ride the bus. It's $2.25 one way. That means it's $5 for all day. I don't have to deal with the transfer thing because everything that went on the car, so I'm good to go. And I run my business from home, so I really ain't got to travel unless I got to make a deposit or something. But you got to work hard to get to that point. I'm able to go out of town every 2 weeks, work a job, come back home, raise children, things like that. My life is not a 9 to 5. I'm really doing this. And you know what it got me? 2 weeks off to build my business. 2 weeks off to be creative. 2 weeks off to do this podcast. Work on my dream. Work on my dream. Work on my dream. That's the people who I'm addressing tonight. That's the people I'm excited for. And I'm excited to hear me first. And then discuss it. And then that way, we can determine where you're at. Are you a tightwad? Are you in status? Are you broke? Are you financially free? Because there's something in it for everybody. If you really want to do the work. So if you got a big dream, just know you got to work real hard. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. But it's sure worth it. And then you won't fall into categories like broke. You don't have no choices or no ownership because everything that you have, you spend money on stuff that's not bringing you nothing back. Yeah, you sold what? You leased that $250 a month car. Catch a Uber. Catch a Uber. Catch the train. Get on the trolley. I see a lot of successful people on the bus. Everybody that's successful is not driving. Seriously. They catch the bus. They drive a pickup truck. They put gas in somebody's car to carpool. Have some money set to the side so if something happened, an emergency, you can do something about it. Instead of asking the next person to help you out. How long you gonna beg? That's that broke quadrant. Financially free is simply this. I own everything I have and I don't owe nobody. It's $17,000. And not owing that over my head and not having nobody ringing my phone about it. I'm done with it. I paid it off consistently. I did not party with that money. I didn't go to the club with that money. I didn't spend it on nobody, no kids, no nothing. That money, every check I got, some of that went to that bill. $600 for 6 years. It took me 6 years to pay it. So just know, it ain't going to just go away because you don't want to pay it. Oh, it's just going to keep going up. They won't pay that light bill. They won't pay that phone bill. Because they being stubborn. They want to kick it. They want to buy alcohol. They want to do drugs. They want to bring old habits into new stuff. You can't do both. You got to pick something. You got to make a choice. Is smoking and drinking your life away? Ain't the good choice. I don't recommend that. But if that works for you, go ahead. If that's going to bring you a tax return at the end of the year, go ahead. If you can write it off, go ahead. If that works for you. But it ain't what I tell you, it's what you tell yourself. It's your relationship with your money. I can sit here and talk all night about how to do this. But my question to you is, do you want to do it? What are you willing to give up? What can you sell? What do you don't need to put something away? And this is all about having money at the end of the day on a rainy day. I have a crisis fund. And I don't touch that money. It's a lock on it. It better really be an emergency for me to take some out. And I'm putting it right back. I call that petty cash. You got to put that back. Because it's teaching me how to pay my bills on time. It's teaching me how to make a way for myself when I get older and I can't take care of myself no more. And I got to be in my right mind for a little while longer. And the more I smoke and drink, the less and less brain I'm finna have. And people could just come in my life and take advantage of me and my money. Finances as a whole. I mean, either you gonna step up or you gonna stay stuck. And financially free is where I want to be. What about you? So, let me know. Live in the chat room right now. So, somebody did ask me, how do you make money? You know, because I always ask somebody, what's more important in your life right now? Making money or saving money? Or both? Well, I heard making money today. And I'm going to tell you simply like this, and I got this from Warren Buffett. He said, a penny saved is a penny earned. That's how you make money. If you can put something away, that means you're already out there making money. Or you finding ways to do it. And if you sincerely cannot find a way to sell something, to get a profit off of something, let Boss Lady know. I could definitely help you with the basics. I did sales for 15 years. But I'm not in sales anymore. But I'm more than willing to teach somebody how to do it. Just to bring some kind of income in their home. You know, that's what I do. Bring that extra money in households. You know, eliminate 17,000. I just eliminated y'all $17,000 of debt. So I'm on my way to this financially free thing. I'm on my way to have ownership and choices. And that's security. And I have no more down payments. No more. And I'm not a slave to that anymore. So if I could pay off $17,000, that means I could come up with $17,000. It took me 6 years because I needed to grow. I needed to develop. I needed to learn how to do it. You know, through the mistakes, I stayed consistent. I fell off a couple times. I didn't put in the savings account sometimes. I did spend some of the money. I'm being very honest with you. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I kept going. I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I didn't keep spending it and then I'm back to ground zero and I'm still trying to get rid of $17,000. Okay? I'm so excited, you guys. You just don't know. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, definitely. So, I took some notes. I'm just going to run through. I was listening to this lady that was also in ministry at church and also finances. And she was talking about serving debt, or are you serving the Lord, you know, the Most High. And it says in Proverbs 22:7, it says the rich rules over the poor and the borrower is servant to the lender. Example, slave trade. And guess who's in the debt? The devil. Proverbs 27:1 says, do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. You know what's the curse? The curse of credit. You're bragging, you're leasing cars, You try to oppress a bunch of people that don't care about you. That's the curse of